So this is Support Life, Silver Edition. Specifically, we are talking about what I use as a player. Obviously, it differs player to player, and what elo you're in, this will not get you out of Silver, and it will not get you out of Bronze, but it is my playstyle. So current meta is going to be your AP versus tanks, really, in the bot lane. I haven't seen any AD anything. If you do play AD, you kind of get into the AD thresh category. It's okay to start building that route, but for the most part, it's not what everybody's playing right now. There's aggressive versus defensive in style, as well as build, your play style in lane. Specifically, the two champions I'm going to be talking about are Zyra and Naut. For aggressive Zyra, you put her seeds around the edge, and you harass and zone them and stop the ADC and support on the AD team from getting XP and leveling up quicker. Defensive, you put more seedlings around, which you have to be careful about, especially if they walk all over them and stop you from spawning them. I like to keep them spawned in the bushes and everything around my ADC and stick close to them, so if everybody tries to engage, especially like Leona, if they engage on that, I can throw every skill down, and that will help. For the Nautilus, aggressive playstyle, I like to dredge one to catch the supports out. I will do it a lot to Sonos. It's really fun to do that. But defensive, I tend to max my W and E so I can do more damage and stay in lane. These are two actual games that I previously did. One was a ranked game, the Nautilus one. It's only 27 minutes long. I was 0, 5, and 9. I didn't have a lot of time to build a lot of items, but I was tanking a lot and frontlining. They had a bit of magic damage, so I was trying to go for that Iron Locket to even get to finish it. And then for Zyra, I went for Sightstone, Frostwind's Claim, Rallies. I went for Squickies. I like to move really fast in game. And if your jungle isn't doing enough to keep up with his cloud drakes, you want to move fast. So specifically for the AP runes, I run 3 AP Quints, 9 Armor Seals, 9 AP Glyphs, 7 Hybrid Penetration, 2 cooldown reduction marks. This is what I do when I'm confident that I can harass them out of lane. Overall, you have 26 ability power, 9 armor, you have 0.4% cooldown reduction, and 6.3 armor pen, as well as 4.3 magic pen. You're going to do a lot of damage, and you're going to be poking them really aggressively. Let's say you're a little more relaxed, you're kind of scared, it looks like they have a lot more engage. The next page, which will be the 3 AP Quints, 7 scaling mana regen, 2 health seals, 4 cooldown reduction, 5 AP glyphs, 5 hybrid penetration, 3 AP, and 1 cooldown mark. Overall, it is a lot more messy, it's a lot more sloppy to look at, but it will give you that survivability to stay in lane. You have that 16 health, give you a little bit of guardrail to work with. You have a 3.53% cooldown that allows you to spam a lot more of your abilities, which is why you have that mana regen. It's 8.2 per 5 at level 18. I still have the magic pen and armor pen, 3.1 and 4.5 respectively, and 23 ability power. You still have a lot of aggressive out of the gate. I believe it's like 23 with the Frostwind's Claim, like first item. So, moving on to your masteries, specifically I like to go down the tree to have more ability power, and I like to have the more damage from my ADC. So if my plants are doing something, they can do more. I also have oppressors, kind of like here, but every time you root them or you get your ult down to Zyra, it's going to do a lot more aggressively. You have the movement speed, the Biscuiteer. You can go Biscuiteer or Assassin. Assassin if you feel like they're going to be AFK more, like you're in chat and they're not responding to anything. I feel like I'm going to be a lot low. I want to do more damage. In addition to that, the mana, you have the gold income, so every time a minion dies around you, it's 1, and if you're auto-attacking them, it's 3, in addition to Frostwind's Claim, which is giving you like 7 gold income, besides minions dying around you. You have the armor and magic pen, in addition to what is built into the runes, and then Thunderlord's Decree, which is amazing. It's every 3rd. What was that? So, AP build paths that I like to go in, there's 2. There's AP, I'm not holding back, I'm second carry with a Sightstone, or there's, I'm a little scared and I want to heal for people. So Frostwind's Claim, Sightstone, Sword Boots, Morellonomicon, Rallies versus Scepter. Those are all things where I want to hurt them, I want to slow them, I want to burn them for damage, and I want to just hurt them as much as possible. There's Talisman of Ascension, Sightstone, Lucidity Boots. I I like the cooldown. You already have the mana built in, you're playing really careful, and you have Repel's Crucible and Ardent Sensor, so you're giving that attack speed to your ADC and doing a lot more. Last item can be Rod Mages if you want to be tanky, Death Cap if you want to do more damage. Athene's on the Holy Grail, I really don't recommend getting that if you have the Chaos already. Iron Locket if you plan on frontlining, and Zeke's Harbinger to help your ADC with getting extra crit. Last item, this is the only one that I do for tanks. I do 2 max percentage HP and 1 8 HP regen per 5 quint. The reason that I choose the per 5 is because you can be tanky, but if you don't have any regen to stay in lane, you don't have the sustain to be there, and you can't really invest that in cookies. 9 armor seals, 9 magic resist spliffs, and 9 HP marks. You have 12 magic resist, you have 9 armor, you got 13 health, and an additional 3% max health increase, and 2.7 per 5 in health regen. You're going to have a lot of tankiness, you're going to be able to sustain in the lane and fight a lot more, especially if it's poke lane like a Sona, Soraka, anything like that. Down the tank mastery page, I like to do more damage. I get the feast and the vampirism because if you're frontlining, if you're in the middle of the minions and stuff, occasionally you're going to be taking the minions and stuff, those will allow you to lifesteal more. If you're constantly auto-attacking as well, which I do because Grasp of the Undying every 4 seconds, so you can sit there and constantly just be hitting them, and it's like Dredge Line, auto-attack, extra magic damage. You want to stay on their face, and the ability to keep living through the fight, especially as Nautilus with that lockdown, is phenomenal. So the same build paths that I have, these are not necessarily what I do, again, every time, but you have Base of the Mountain, Sightstone, Boots of Swiftness, or Merc Treads. Iron Locket, Spirit Visage, because it is Nautilus, I do like to go for those Boots of Swiftness, but Merc Treads are favorable if you want to get around faster in team fights. And then Talisman of Ascension, Sightstone, Ninja Tabby, Brandwood's Omen, and Warmox. Talisman of Ascension has the armor built into it now, so going the armor path on that makes more sense. Last item can be Frozen Heart or Zeke's Harbinger. Only pick one. The passives don't stack. No point in having 2. You can have Sunfire Cape or Deadman's Blade. If you want to move faster, the Deadman's Blade is preferable. But if you plan on standing in the middle of team fights and you want to be giving that damage, Sunfire Cape. Stair Gauge if you actually plan to be doing damage, get bigger in the middle of battle. As is Nautilus, it's a huge character model. So having Stair Gauge, getting bigger in the middle of battle, it's going to make it even harder for them to hit the ADC. Or Warmox. So obviously if you want the AP magic resist route, then you want the Warmox.